I assume it was obviously better than whatever I got for fucking a game that I don't even know about.
Live.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah, Castle just joined the lobby.
Okay.
So that means I am back. Can you hear me now? Cool. Hello again, chat. I'm back. Might want to change the game category thing in the corner. Hi. They're just sorting out some stuff with game audio now, so don't worry, we'll be starting run in a minute. Yeah, I looked and was like, this isn't Terra. So it looks like Sonic's just getting himself ready. I'm gonna have to refresh Sonic Stream on my end. Man, who plays with vibration on? Like, seriously. So, do you want me to count down, Sonic? I can count down. That's fine. So you're no, don't. No. Okay, that's fine. No. Sonic is running on. This will be a run on crit, and crit's completely different to how beginner works. Yes, it is the same game, but. Right, so orbs, same concept as Terra. Sonic's going to try and do a specific combo at the start to hit the first two orbs into each other, which he got. Oh, Ben did a lot of damage to that orb, but he knocked it around a bit. Then you just play cleanup. How far do this one? Yep, Sonic's just going to try and kill these guys as fast as he can. That was actually really good. Then quick blitz the back two. Blizzard and Thunder are incredibly good in orbs. That was a really good orbs. Wow. I gotta see what the time was on that. 46 or 47 because I didn't see when the time. So that was a really good orb segment. Really good. So contrary to Terra, the first world in Aqua's story is Castle of Dreams. he's gonna go grab a fleeting chest and go up to the top and skip a couple of cutscenes and then move on to the first fight. Sometimes working with the camera there can be a little bit like weird because it does get stuck on one of the walls sometimes. Alright, he's gonna grab the barrier surge. When he jumps over the second banister, he uses the D-Link to automatic to the floor because it can't activate the D-Link in midair, and then positions himself for a slide dash to quickly get out of the room that he's in. In the next room, Sonic's gonna pick up a high potion chest. Yep, he uses the quick blitz movement there. He picks up a high potion chest for the extra money, because he needs to buy a sleep, and you need the extra. I think it's 40 money that it gives you for sleep. Alongside that, he's going to buy 2 blizzards and a sliding dash. The sliding dash is just for movement, and the blizzards are for damage on stuff and just to be able to get into Spellweaver. And then he's going to chuck on EXP0. I'll explain what EXP0, like the concept of what EXP0 does after he's fought the boss of this world, because it's not really visible until then. In Jacques Escort, Jacques got about, I think it's 5 or 6 different patterns that he can take. That it's completely random which one he decides to take. Sonic gonna do the wait, or is he gonna get into over? Yeah, he went into Spellweaver. Looks like he's giving him, yeah, the standard one. So he's gonna get the finisher of Spellweaver, then just move through the room, and then I think that's a pulsing as well. Yeah, it's a pulsing. Nice. He's got a pulsing drop early. That guarantees second chance. And that was a standard Juck. He can. There are patterns where he either spawns everything, doesn't spawn anything, and it's just one of those fights where you just have to react. Oh, don't buffer for me, stream. Oh, now I'm behind. No. Anyway, Curse Coach. You get into Spellweaver, stun him a bit, then use a Spellweaver finisher, and he dies pretty quickly. So what patterns are you giving him? Oh, nice. You can't always get a full combo on him there, and then you see what Spellweaver does. So yeah, what EXP0 does in the PS3 and the PS4 versions of this game is it just increases the amount of damage that you do on level 1. It normalizes it based on the battle level of the world. But finishers do so much damage that ones with tons of hits like Spellweaver, later on Swordbill, and other ones that are in the game, they just do so much damage because there's like 25 hits of like a set amount of damage that just builds up and up. The second world is Dwarf Woodlands. He's gonna pick up a poison chest and then move through the forest using, I think if his slide dash recharges. Where's he gonna? Yeah, no, he's gonna use the slide dash in the forest. Some people use it after picking up the poison. Yeah, Sonic uses it there. Some people use it after picking up the poison, some people don't. It's just preference of where you want to use it. You just want to make sure that you either hit an enemy or you do it optimally in an optimal place. Ice Cream Collection. He's going to hit an enemy, then Blizzard a few times. And yep, that was perfect. That Bruiser can completely destroy you if he combos you into the bunnies. Yeah, Sonic sandbagged a bit of it there. But he grabs some and then leaves the room. In the room afterwards, he's going to try and do a piece of to grab ledge, and then he's going to slide dash for a Fission Fire chest. I believe he equips it in the menu after he grabs this fleeting crystal chest. Oh, stream, can you not, please? I'm gonna have to refresh the page. But he'll do a menu before leaving this room that puts on sleep, poison, and Fission Fire because you need all of them for Magic Mirror for the strat that he's gonna do. And the strat he does involves putting Magic Mirror to sleep and trying to prevent him from moving through his patterns or doing anything. It's actually a really cool strat. I believe the original variation of it was discovered by Bloody Biscuits, and the version that Sonic's gonna do is the only one that works on PS4. The original variation doesn't work. But yeah, he gets into Spell Weaver. And the commands and attacks he does are very, very specific. You can't do anything out of order in this fight. Otherwise, the fight does just kind of not work. And that was a really, really good fight. It was a really good fight. So the next world he's gonna go to is Enchanted Dominion. It introduces goons, Maleficent's little pig and bird minions. They're a nightmare to deal with sometimes. They will kill you. They're extremely strong and extremely fast, and as per usual, the mob fights are a lot scarier than the boss fights, because the boss fights you only have one thing to deal with, but in the mob fights you've got tons of things you need to deal with, and without things like Magnet, these fights would be really hard. So he's going to do a menu here where he sells Fission Fire, and he sells the level 3 Blizzard specifically because it sells for more money than the level 2 ones do. He also sells the Sleep, and he buys the Magnets and Thunders that he needs to build his deck for the rest of the run. Cool. And if my stream would actually buffer, please. The strat he's gonna do to grab Ice Barrage is where he'll jump and drop a bit to make sure that the attack he uses will lock on to the enemy. He'll fly up. Oh god, he got hit by a goon. It's not as hard as it looks. It's really simple. Other than that, you just slide dash over, grab the Ice Barrage, then move on. Please. Goons 1, you're just gonna walk around and Magnet Thunder a bunch just to try and stop them from moving around and killing you. And also, you wanna Philip here can do damage, but he's pretty awful at killing goons. He's not very good at it, even though he does a lot of damage. Oh, Philip died as well, that's useful. So Sonic's just gonna Magnet a bit, then he's gonna Spell Weaver, Finisher, and move back towards the one that didn't die. Oh, there's another one that didn't die, that's unfortunate. That was a good combo to finish it off. Goons 2, at the start he's gonna slide dash over into a corner just to position himself correctly to start killing the goons up the top. because they will throw rocks, drop down, do all this other stuff, and you can't move on with the fight until all the goons in the area have been killed. You don't have to kill all the ones up the archers up the top, but the little pigs have to die. Otherwise, Philip won't go and activate his RC. Okay, he got one. He's gonna go over and grab the second lot. I'm buffering in all the same places. So the easiest way to kill these guys, as before, to Magnet then Thunder. Magnet Thunder in this game is broken for mob fights. It always has and always will be. There's no question about it. So after he's done this, Philip will go and throw Aqua up in the air and then use your extra command, and Sonic's gonna drop down and do a slide dash up and grab a wellspring chest. He already got the pulsing crystal chest, so skipping it is completely fine. Most of us skip it in runs because it does lose a significant amount of time to go and grab it in this fight. Yep, and he's just gonna magnet a bit. Apart from that, he just spell weavers when he needs to, and it's all about your optimal positioning of magnet. Making sure that Philip doesn't screw you out of too many hits or anything like that. Oh, his command's also leveled up as well, which is really nice. Because your commands don't always level up in this fight, which is kind of annoying. He smacked the wheel just so he could smack a goon. I like it. I like it. So, in the next room, he's going to kill Red Hot Chili with 2 scrappers, just so he can refill his D-Link. So he can. Oh, he's going to do it in this room. That's fine. But he needs to refill his D-Link so he can go into Snow White in a second for Sleepy and Grumpy. Obviously what Sleepy does is put stuff to sleep, but what Grumpy does is, Grumpy's actually treasure raid. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, just means he's gonna have to kill these enemies. Just lose a bit of time. Oh, you got a drop. That's fine. Oh, you got 2 drops. That's really good considering he had to go to the second set of enemies. The menu's gonna do here. He's gonna meld 2 Magneras and a Thundara, and I believe his deck setup is 2 Magneras, Thundara, 2 Thunders and 2 Blizzards now. I believe. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't done Aqua Crit fully in a while. It is that. We used to put Ice Barrage on here, but the animation takes slightly too long for it to be optimal now. And it was discovered that you can just do it with those sets, with like that set of commands, rather than having to sit through the long animation. And for Dragonlifton, you just go sit behind her and spam commands. It's really not much interesting. You want to try and go for what's called Flightless, where you skip her attack where she flies in the air. Then you have to do an RC with Phil and all this other stuff. My stream's slightly behind again. But the order you do the commands in is extremely specific. Because certain commands build up more of the command gauge than other ones do, so you want to make sure that your commands are being used in the right times at the right places. And she should die now. Yeah, she died. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. I'm going to refresh my entire page again because he's just given some cutscenes. fair. The next world is Radiant Garden. Sonic's gonna do a piece of enchanted step movement to move through. I cannot remember the name of the room off the top of my head. To move through one of the rooms really fast, and he also needs to kill a few enemies to try and gain some CP for Thunders. Yes, fine. I'm in a good place now. The CP for Thunders is pretty tight, because you need to make sure that you have a specific amount and then try to get as much CP as possible from the fight with Mickey. Because one thing that I did actually forget to mention was in this game, when party members kill enemies, you don't actually get the EXP, the CP, or whatever for that fight. You just for that enemy, you just don't get it at all. So he's gonna go up here, kill these enemies here with a couple of magnets, a couple of thunders, and another pulsing drop. And then he's gonna go into Mickey fight. He should have enough CP because he killed a tank poplar. They give a lot of CP. You've only got to get it to level 2 to meld it into Thundara. There we go, he's in Spellweaver now. Oh, that's annoying that one didn't die. So then he's gonna Magnet at the end of that and Spellweaver because that does the most amount of damage to everything. And yep, his Thunder got to level 2 by the looks of things. Yeah, both of them got to level 2. He's gonna pick up a Mind Square in a second. Mind Square is extremely powerful. KHFran used it a bit in the run before in Terra Beginner, but it used quite a bit more in Aqua Crit because it does so much damage to things. There we go, and he's gonna put on the Ice Barrage, Mind Square, and Thundara, and now he's gonna go to Trinity Armor. Trinity Armor is actually a really cool fight to watch in Aqua Crit because he just falls. He just gets completely destroyed by Spellweaver. I'm not sure what Sonic's going to do because what I do at the start is I auto lock on and Ice Barrage. Sonic might cartwheel in and do it. But you want to target the arm and Ice Barrage because that gives you the most amount of command gauge. Yep, he cartwheeled in and did it. So he got the most amount there. And hopefully, yep, he got it. You want to try and get Spellweaver before he does the charge attack because the charge does do a lot of damage to you. But also, he can't like move around or dodge too much if he is doing the charge. Right, and then when the legs die, the arms and the head all split apart. You want to build up another Spellweaver after the first one, then Spellweaver both of them. You want to damage the head a bit, and then you kind of hit the arms at the end, and then you like kill off the arms right at the end of the Spellweaver, and that was a near perfect fight. Cool. And now he's moving back to Radiant Garden to go fight Vanitas 1. Interestingly, Vanitas 1 in Aqua functions pretty much the same as the one in Ven. Where he's affected by absolutely everything under the sun. So instead of trying to fight him like a person, try to keep him in the magnet until the end of the fight. Oh, cool! He does that movement as well, where he drops into Mickey and then slide dashes a couple of times. It's a really cool piece of movement right there. So Vanitas 1. Now that we've got Blade Charge, which we unlocked from Trinity Armor, we can't use ice or fire-based magic. So we can't use Ice Barrage when we're in Spellweaver until the finishes. So we use Magnet into Ice Barrage to get into Spellweaver. And apart from that, we Magnet, Thunder, and Mind Square for the rest of the fight, just to make sure that we build up the finisher correctly. And once he has the finisher, he can start Ice Barraging again, because we don't have to worry about entering Blade Charge. When he's just below his final HP bar, Sonic will go into the Spellweaver. Yep, he's gonna bout now, and he should die. And yeah, he died. That was a really good fight. Right, cool. Right, differently now than most runs in Aqua. Instead of going straight to Disney Town like we do in every, Disney Town is actually kind of important in Aqua, but instead he's going to go to Deep Space next, because he needs to collect the ice cream from Deep Space. So going to Deep Space now just is faster in general. The first forced fight here is he's just going to try and build up Spellweaver and then use it right at the end, I believe is what he's going to do. Yeah, he's got into Spellweaver. And hopefully these guys should die to the Thunder. Yep, and then when these enemies spawn, he's going to Magnet Spellweaver. Yep. And he just destroys the fight. The next, well, I say fight, it's more of a mini game. We call it fight game. I'm sure there's an official name for it. I really don't care for looking it up, but it's essentially a mini game where we have to kill a certain amount of enemies while on Aqua's Keyblade glider. And it's extremely dangerous because the enemies here are very, very strong. Luckily, if you do get hit, HP orbs that they drop will refill your HP fully, because of how it scales. So hopefully he gets a good fight here, because what you want is you want them to attack you, be rather aggressive, but you don't want too many of them to come at you at the same time, because it's extremely difficult to react to all of them coming at you at the same time. Right now, this first bit's going pretty well. You're going to move towards the center a bit. As long as you're not in a position where you can get blindsided by like 4 of them, then you should be fine at all points of this fight. They're not being aggressive right now, but he's still getting in little pieces of damage here and there. But then being aggressive is the fastest way to beat this fight. Ah, that's nice, that's 2 kills. There should only be a couple of them left. Yep, he picks up some HP also. So now... Oh, nice reaction. Hopefully this should be the last... Oh, there's 2 left. There's 2 left. Hopefully they die fast, because the end of this fight hasn't gone completely to plan. There you go. That fight was going really well until right at the end. It's extremely hard to do that fight. Oh, I'm miles behind, man. He's in Stitch fight. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. My stream was awfully behind. Looks like Caster's is as well. What he just did on the actual stream, he had to kill all the enemies in order to enter the teleporter. And in Stitch fight, he's going to just get into Spellweaver, then use it right at the end. Stitch is kind of helpful and kind of not, because Stitch is a party member, so if he kills stuff, it can sort of mess up your CP, which is kind of annoying, but it's not that bad. So when the last enemy spawn, they just get obliterated by the Spellweaver. So he's going to go back to the world map, and he's going to go back into the room he just did the Stitch fight in to grab some more ice cream. Yep, they should spawn. Yep, they always spawn. And he's just going to Magnet Thunder a couple of times just to grab some and then leave. It's not really that much that you need. You only need a bit of ice cream. Then he's gonna leave and go back in to fight. Oh no, he's going to OC now. Sorry. The first fight with Hercules. You just Magnet Thunder stuff like usual, but Hercules is pretty useless, to be honest. He doesn't really do a lot. He'll just kind of run around, not do a lot. Sonic just goes into Thunderbolt. Because there you go. That was a pretty fast fight. So Aqua's also got a 10 round segment, which he's going to do after he grabs the ice cream here. So these guys should always spawn as well, because you haven't beaten the world yet. So yeah, Magnet a couple of times, then Thunder a couple of times is cool. That leaves, and then 10 rounds is kind of the same as Terra's, where you're going to Magnet stuff, but instead of doing Magnet then fire attacks and like Firestorm and stuff, you're just gonna Magnet Thunder or Magnet Ice Barrage or whatever. So and you got a Wellspring drop. You didn't even have to pick up that one. The only one that's different is you're gonna Magnet then Mind Square this guy because it kills him. And the rest of it is Magnet Thunder, then Thunder again, then reset the deck back to the Magnera. So is Sonic gonna do the risky strap here? And he did, nice. You can either run up and guard the attack that the Mandrakes are going for if you don't feel safe, or you can just run up and Magnet them. Obviously just running up and magneting them is way faster than anything else. The last wave of this, I believe Sonic's just gonna Magnet through it. If you want to be safe, you can Spell Weaver, but he's probably just gonna Magnet. Yeah, he Magnets. So he mashes out a Magnet, moves forward, does another, then Thunders. So now what he's gonna do is he's gonna buy some things. He's gonna sell his Thunders because he don't need it. And he's gonna buy an Asuna, a few Ignites, a Barrier, and then he's gonna leave. So this is where Disney Town comes in. Disney Town, the reason why we do it later is because we grab Kadabras, puts you straight into Spellweaver, which is extraordinarily nice, just to be able to go straight into Spellweaver. So he obviously makes his Magnera and his renewal barrier now, obviously, for once more and second chance, because they're extremely important to this run. You would get destroyed in the end game if you didn't have them. Like, you get one shot by everything. I mean, you've pretty much been able to get one shot by most things now. It's just that Magnet just is so strong. Sorry for the cough. I tried to mute but it didn't work. Fruit Ball is just a 3-minute time sink in the middle of this run. You've just got to beat the shoegazers, and the shoegazers are free, so they don't really do anything. There's a whole joke that if you don't get 40 points in this minigame, your run's invalid, but most people stop after about 15, because that's when they go, oh, you know what, I can take a break with the rest of my hands, have a drink, maybe go to the toilet or something. It's pretty commonplace that people just take a little break. Some people take a break at the start, then beat them at the end, or some people go to 15 or so first and then take a break. Yeah, Sonic's just taking his time with it. He's just like, just gonna have a small break. Other than that, there's not really much to talk about here. Yes, they have. If you don't get 40, the run's invalid, obviously. Like, it can't eat slash world record slash whatever. It just can't. It just shouldn't be allowed. So yeah, Sonic. So Sonic stopped on 16 just so he could take a little break for his hands and to it's a joke, Game Addict. It's a joke. On it came from Nana's. One of Nana's sets of Aqua crit notes. It just said Fruit Ball, get 40 or run's invalid. What was that pineapple doing? Pineapple? That's a what? I can't even talk. That's a watermelon. Jesus, please stop me. I've been up too long already. So about 20 seconds left here. As you can see, Sonic's 2 minutes and they've scored 5 points. Like, they just can't do it.
That settles that.
So now he's gonna go to deep space and kill Gantu. Gantu is really quick with spell weavers. He puts poison on as well because Gantu is affected by poison. So you poison, then throw a couple of Fabras, and hopefully Stitch does enough damage to the point where you don't need to worry about your damage, and you can kill him in 2 spell weavers.
Take that.
So obviously poison, gonna chuck his Fabras, and Gantu should just get obliterated. So he actually positions himself like kind of far away from Gantu, because it kind of forces his AI into shooting again, to the point where, yeah, that was 2 spell weavers, to the point where you can just completely destroy him. Stitch actually did quite a lot of damage in that fight, which is really nice. So now we're going back to OC to finish off OC. So we've got the Zack fight, and then we got Hades. Zack's pretty self-explanatory. He's just going to ignite him, and then throw a couple of Fabros that ignite. Throw a couple. Pretty easy. He can sometimes dodge some hits with some Spellweaver. Yeah, he shouldn't dodge any hits in this one because he did a jump attack. So yep, he did a jump attack again, and Sonic's gonna go in and kill him. There we go. Cool. So, Hades. Hades is honestly in my opinion, the worst fight in the run. He will just do whatever he feels like. You want him to try and stay next to Ice Colossus so you can kill them both at the same time. Or kill him first with Ice Colossus having very little health left. Because you want to stop, because you don't want him DMing. But at the start, the reason why Sonic hit him is because he was moving towards him. If you hit him, he will change where he's going. It doesn't always work, but Sonic's having to kind of play the fight out in a weird way. And yep, he's gonna try and kill Hades now.
I don't believe this.
That was DM-less, but it could have gone better. But Hades was moving in really sporadic ways to the point where he couldn't get hit by as much of the Spellweaver as Sonic would have liked. So Neverland. Neverland is pretty much a you do 360 of movement around the island and then fight a boss, which is pretty neat. So there's a lot of slide dash movement like sprinkled in and stuff like that in this bit. Not really much else to explain, it's just some simple platforming which the game goes, oh, you need to do. So as per before, Sonic's going to be trying to hit stuff with the slide dash like he did there to try and make sure he moves through these rooms fast. And these little globs of light, when they launch you upwards, they don't really stop. That's why he swings. The reason why he swung is because it cuts your air momentum completely. Then, yep, he's going to go into Mickey. Now he's going to go for what's called triple bounce. Oh, he missed it. He got double bounce though, which is still good. And he needs to do a menu to chuck on Cura and ignite. Yep, cool. Then, sadly, Vanitas 2, which is the next fight, isn't affected by as much as he was before. He's pretty much only affected by Ignite, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. So we're just going to Ignite him, let his HP... After 10 clean hits of Ignite, he'll DM straight away. Oh, nice RNG. So Sonic's going to be hitting him, then dodging this swing attack by staying close to him. And then igniting him. And hopefully he should be in HP range to die from Spellweaver when he gets hit by the 10th one. So Sonic's specifically waiting for when he's vulnerable. Otherwise, the ignite just won't go through, won't hit him. He's being kind of a jerk. He should be, yep, he's fine now. Sonic gives a magnet there for an extra hit. He should only need one more hit. There we go. So we know the DM's coming. When he DMs, we just start Spellweaver, then drag him under the ground because he takes a lot of damage still. So now we're heading into the final stretch of the run. So after these next few cutscenes here, he's gonna go into Mysterious Tower, then he's gonna head to Keyblade Graveyard. DM means desperation move. So basically the boss's like final ultimate attack or whatever you want to call it. Almost time. Almost. So in Keyblade Graveyard there are these things called tornadoes. Tornadoes are really are kind of, they can be annoying if you drop inputs or do things wrong. But as long as one of them's chasing you at a time, they can't catch you. So at least Sonic's just gonna cartwheel through these guys. Oh, this is a slightly different route I haven't really seen done before. That looks pretty. That looks pretty speedy, to be honest. So it looks like he, yep, and looks like he's got everything he needs for the fights coming up. So, break. He's gonna block his first hit, and then he's gonna go straight into Peter Pan. Oh, he looks like he went for a hit. Nice. And he's just gonna jump and block the bullets back at him. Oh, nice, he got also blocking too, that's really nice. So when he drops down, he's just gonna spin around. Sonic's gonna try and manipulate him.
Come on.
So he took a big hit there. But it's fine, he's got a new barrier on, so yeah, he's fine. He didn't get his quick thing there, and he's dead. Yeah, you saw Bill. So, Sword Bill completely destroys. So the final fight here with Vanitas and your partner Mickey, really, really dangerous. Because of the way we routed CP in this game, for this category, we don't get level 4 cartwheel, so our cartwheels don't have enough invincibility to dodge half of his attacks. So half the time you just have to take damage and then allow yourself to heal or wait for an opportunity. When Vanitas dies, you want to Spell Weaver, and at the end you want to wait until I think it's comes. Yep, Sonic was going to try and do that, and then because otherwise he will just kill you straight out if you try and guard too early, because the barrier doesn't come out in time or it goes through the barrier. Oh, Mickey helped quite a lot there. He should dive in a second because he's taking a lot of damage. There we go. That was a good fight. Yeah. Sonic on my end is already at the last at the last screen. Was already at the last screen way before the stream was. So the timer was a couple of minutes behind with all the buffers, but that was a really good run. That was a really, really good run.